So what's going on? So sure everybody's been seeing the news. I took a couple of days to reflect on the news feeds, the stories. Didn't want to respond right away. Sure, there's plenty of videos on the YouTube, it's on the news about Nipsey Hussle and the stuff that happened to him. And there's plenty of videos out. I'm sure everybody said their piece. I'm just throwing a little extra on there, and it's really grieving me that this stuff still takes place. You know, not gonna go into conspiracy theories and go into all the stuff with Dr. Sabu and all this stuff because to me it's plain and simple. Um, my take on it is just, again, it goes back to the last couple of videos. Again, it's about the black on black shooting. Greed, pride. That stuff. Jealousy. It's sad, man. It's not gonna. The movement's not gonna move forward if this stuff continues to happen. You know, we can look at many speculations about what happened. I mean, of course, again, I always say you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Only people really know what happens is people that were actually there. That actually lived and see what happened. I mean, we can speculate all day. But again, from what I've seen in the news media and what I could get from the media, of course, we got to, take that for grain as well. But his man was a businessman. Usually I don't even comment on stuff like this, but the thing that struck me the most was this dude was doing some community. He had businesses. He provided jobs. I saw, as I was reading, that it was a homeless man that he picked up and he hired. And he has a place, he has a job, he has some stability because of Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle is activists and the activism in the community. Saving elementary schools and providing people jobs and buying out blocks, buying out buildings, commercial property to put in businesses so we can provide jobs. Something that a lot of people won't even do. So we can sit here and we talk about the Koreans. We can sit here and talk about the Middle Easterns. We can sit here and talk about other races for doing the same thing. But the very person that's doing it, black-owned business, he's shot and killed because of someone's jealous. Because somebody said something. The no snitch. Because again, it's a different code. It's a different way of living when you're in a gang. When you're in a gang, reputation's on the line. You snitch. It's a big deal. But I still stand by, no snitch, but people gonna think how they gonna think about that. At the end of the day, doing something positive, giving people jobs, community activism, that stuff is important. We shoot ourselves in the foot when we do stuff like this. And then on top of that, reading through the line, you had the vigil, you had people shooting there. Instead of paying your respects, you got this shooting, you out there stabbing people getting ran over. You can't come to the vigil and get a man respects. What's going on in the community? What's the purpose of doing activism? What's the purpose of building our communities when you just gonna tear them right back down? It don't make no sense to me. The whole thing I'm trying to do is promote positivity. Build our everybody up, but build our own black people up. And at the end of the day, this is the stuff we shoot ourselves in the foot. Someone going to the wrong door in Atlanta. Dude got shot answering the wrong door. Went to the wrong door. He ended up getting shot in the throat. Again, we don't know. It was some other stuff. He might have argued with the guy. It might be some confrontation, verbal altercation. Again, we don't know what's there. What happened there. But in the day, you gonna shoot somebody from answering the door wrong? Is it that bad? That egotistical, that prideful to say, hey man, my bad, keep it moving? You know what I'm saying? The wrong door? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. This stuff got to stop. It don't make no sense. Is this what it's going to continue to be like? Can't blame nobody. Everybody say, oh, it's a white man. Don't blame the white man. It's us. We're the problem. People don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear that, though. Everybody gonna think how they want to think. People gonna say what they want to say. This opinion might fall on deaf ears, but at the end of the day, that's just the problem. You know what I'm saying? Gang being the gangs, Wages of sin is death. Gift of God is eternal life through Christ Jesus. People pay for their price. Could have been gangs, that causes man to lose his life in the day. It could be anything. But it's still, the biggest piece is that he was actually giving back. He was actually building the community up. Had his own store, hiring people, getting people off the streets, giving people jobs. STEM program. Instead of focusing on athletics, focusing on science and engineering, mathematics, STEM. I mean, having black kids go to school, having kids go to school, learn about science, engineering. Vector 90. Getting people inspired on art, having the whole playground, the whole basketball court painted. Art, inspiring to do something different. That's the part that I'm upset about. That's the part, that it's missing. It's going to be missed in the community. Yeah, he was a good artist. He's independent, teaching people how to be financially stable, teaching people how to have their own, have an independent label, to run your own business, be a own businessman. That's the part that's going to be missed. Because someone's jealousy, someone's greed. Someone saying, it wasn't that serious. Pride goes before a fall. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, when ain't that serious. You had to come back, kill the man. I am deeply grieved. Mental health, man. I mean, it's so much issues of mental health. Take this stuff seriously. I'm preaching to myself too. I'm not going to just sit here and preach to everyone else. I preach to myself. Prayer. Getting your relationship right with God. Having a personal relationship with God. It ain't just going to church. Church is good. But having that personal relationship with God to where, yes, if I have issues, I have mental health issues, I need to go see a therapist. I need to get, whatever I need to do to get help. This is the stuff we got to keep looking at. That if someone says something to you and you go off and get a gun and kill him. Not only kill him and shoot him in the head, kick him when he was down. He's already dead. You kick him, he's dying. You shoot him and you kick him in the ground because it's something he told you. And then another thing I found out that was interesting too is that people he's so inspiring that this man that killed Nipsey Hussle, the dude, parents and grandparents getting killed. They ain't can't find him, so they go after the family members. Imagine that. Imagine that I ain't the family member. I ain't did nothing wrong. No one did nothing wrong. And I get murdered. I get killed because of somebody else did something that somebody has done. It's just crazy, man. It's last days for real, man. And at the end of the day, prayer, personal relationship, being aware, and critical thinking. Critical thinking. How critical is your thinking? Something I'm going to talk about a little later. How critical is your thinking? When we define critical thinking, are you doing those? Are you meeting the checks in the block? Are you thinking? Are you aware of what you're doing? So it starts with the youth. That's why I mentioned about the teachings and the teachers in school and getting this resource officers and checking these students at the door. You know what I'm saying? Parents checking these students at the door. Instilling some type of value, some type of belief and morals in our youth today, so this stuff can be prevented. But it's so much more to the eye. It's so much more. It's so many different ways you can look at it. So many different scenarios that anything could be speculated. But the basics is start to the youth. This should not be continuing to keep going on. And people getting killed, the man getting shot from answering the wrong door, people getting killed all over the country. More shootings even after the man got killed. More shootings, 30 something, I think it said in the news, 30 some more people dead. Homicides and getting shot up. Can't blame nobody, man. It starts with us. It starts with us. It should be no reason this guy's gone over something stupid as somebody he told him not to come around. There should be no reason. This man was taking care of the community. This is what it's about. Ending gentrification, building up the block, building up the neighborhoods. Going with the LAPD hours before you got killed. Going up there to the LAPD saying, how can we end this? Doing the same stuff. Advocacy. Hey, community trust. That's the basic I was talking about. He was going to do exactly what I was talking about. Getting with the community. How can we lower gang violence? This is why it's so important to me. This is why it hits home, because this is exactly stuff I'm speaking about. that I'm trying to prevent. Later on down the line, you'll see me out here. You'll see me out here trying to do the same thing. Going to try to make it better. It's grieving me. It's grieving me. This is the stuff. This is very, very, very sad. On another note, on a positive note, doing some digging, and I can't get his name. I had the web link up, but it was a police lieutenant in Birmingham, Alabama. He's out there doing something in the community, getting the kids off the street, open a boxing ring. And I was reading the article. He was opening a boxing ring. He was getting kids as troubled teens, getting them in the ring and teaching them how to channel that anger into something positive. Instead of going out here and gangbanging and shooting and killing, he's teaching them good in the ring, taking them to go work out, teaching them how to discipline, how to box. He's been doing it for years. I can't remember his name. If I find the name in the article, I'll post it on my webpage. But there are officers out here doing positive. There are officers that actually care about the community. That's a prime example. They are there. They don't get a lot of media attention, and that's probably why the link ain't there no more. But there is this police lieutenant in Birmingham. Salute to you. Salute that you out here not living by the stigma. You out here taking kids and teaching them how to do right. You're teaching them how to channel that anger. You teach them how to take everyday problems and create solutions. Kudos to you for doing that. There are officers out here. It ain't the whole movement ain't bashing officers. There are some bad ones. There's just as amount of bad ones out here doing the stuff that are good, but there are some officers out here actually making a difference. And that's what it's about. This is about putting the good with the bad. Yeah, we can announce the bad officers, but there are good officers such as police lieutenant. Again, I don't have his name. If I find the article, I'll post it. But he's out here making a difference in our communities, taking troubled teens that are out here doing stuff that we see today, shooting and killing. He's out here taking them and making them say, hey, it's another way to do it. He's getting them in school. He's getting them in college. He's teaching them how to take care of their problems. He's teaching them how to cope with their problems that the everyday problems bring. And he's teaching these kids, hey, it's other solutions to the problem. Can't say no more, man. Like I said, it's all over the news. I done watched thousands of videos on this Nipsey Hussle shooting. Looked at it from a police angle. Looked at it from a community angle. And get more developments, more stuff's going to come out, I'm sure. And again, this is the stuff that we gotta address this. We gotta look at it in the eye and say, look, we can't change anything when we're doing it to ourselves. Can't expect different results if we continue to do the same thing. Same cycle. I shouldn't go to a vigil and worry about getting trampled on. I shouldn't go to a vigil for someone that I care about and worry about getting stabbed or shot or getting arrested. You adding to the stigma. You're adding to it because now the police after you now. You should be, if you at least do the man that much respect and say, hey, we're going to act right for at least 30 minutes. Pay my respects and keep it moving. You can stop doing what you're doing. You can stop shooting people up for 30 minutes and just pay this man respects. You can stop acting a fool for at least get that man some proper respect and just stop doing all this stuff. And just pay them. And then you feel like you got to go back to it, but it shouldn't be at a vigil. You shouldn't be getting trampled on. This is crazy, man. What's going on? It defeats the purpose. Activism defeats the man's vision for this city, LA, defeats the whole vision if you're doing the stuff that you're doing. Because I'm sure if he was alive, he wouldn't be, be like, hey, man, that ain't cool. If you want to do justice to someone's memory, do it right. That's all I got. I pray. It takes courage to stand up and stand up. It takes courage to make people aware. It takes courage to speak about these issues. It also takes courage to do something about them.